Welcome back to the Spirit Show. In today's episode, I'm very excited to bring a guest for you guys that you guys are going to love. I was thinking I don't actually need to introduce the person that I'm going to talk today, because if you live in Dubai, you probably know about him. And if you don't know, you probably have seen some ads of the Gladiator Summit that is coming very soon. But just for a little bit of context for you guys, he lost millions, made millions. He had 2 heart attacks. He lost his dad at such a young age. He was attacked at home. He had many challenges during his upgrowing, but still, he was able to use all the cards that life gave him and successfully helped many, many thousands and millions of people. He's motivating, he's inspiring, he's an entrepreneur, philanthropist, author, and also a podcaster, and a father, and much more. But just wanted to introduce you guys and welcome Dariush Soudi, right?
Thank you so much. I can leave now, right? You did everything. I can never live up to that introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thank you for joining us. Dariush, the first question that I just wanted to start, just so that we prepare. You see, I tried to give a little bit of background of you. There is like a lot of other things to say.
It's long life.
Yeah. And a birthday's coming, right? So
Yeah. No, I'm not going to discuss ages anymore.
But I just wanted to hear from you. What are the elements from the old Dariush, a Dariush from the UK, a Dariush from Iran, and that we need to understand so that we understand better the person, the Dariush that we are talking to today and right now?
Sure. I think, as you know, over the years, we evolve and change. The skin changes, the body parts change. So we're always becoming new people all of the time. So, and it's the same with the mindset. If we don't grow as human beings, we die. So sometimes I look back at my 58 years of life and I think to myself, my God, it's like those things happened to a different person. It wasn't me. So, and it really feels that way. I was born in Iran. The only good thing that I remember from it was that my mom used to say that we deserve better, we deserve to be rich, and she always looked up to rich people, successful people, but everything else was a misery. I lost a lot of family members. Revolution started, we left, I went to England. I was only 13, 14 at the time. In England, I was bullied all the time. I didn't speak English. I was the only dark person at school, a private school, and it was torture and torment. But I couldn't go back to my mom and complain. I got used to just taking it. And because she had a tough life, and I was aware of that. She was a widow at 23. So I just worked on myself from a very young age. I didn't know what working on yourself was, but I just knew that I couldn't go to anyone. I was on my own. So I drowned myself in books, music, a lot of time by myself. That 50-odd-year-old person now loves time by himself.
Yeah.
Yes, because that's what was my solitude, was my safety. So, and then I'm dyslexic.
Yeah.
Okay, and I realized I wasn't the fastest, the best looking, the strongest, the tallest. I didn't have an ace given to me, but I was a hard worker. So hard working always served me. When all my colleagues, I was dyslexic, so I didn't go into education. I went to sales. And I did very well in sales because I worked the hardest. I just automatically woke up early. I automatically worked late. I worked at weekends. I was married with 2 kids, and I was literally coming home at 3 a.m. because I was door knocking south of England, and we lived in north of England. So it was just automatic. And that served me very well.
Yeah.
Along the way, I met my first wife. She was into personal development, introduced me to Tony Robbins, and I thought, wow, it's not all physical hard work. It's a lot of majority of his mental. And then when I went to his seminars, I was working 30% harder. I was running 30% longer. I was winning squash games. And I was thinking this mindset thing really, really works. So throughout my years, what I did learn was that I was good at taking mental notes of all my mistakes.
Yeah.
And really, all these mental notes could help others who didn't have an ace given to them like me, who were probably the Mr. Average or Mrs. Average in the room like me. And I thought, if I can serve those people, because I never had anybody to serve me, I can form this this Gladiator Mastery, Gladiator tribe to help others.
And that's why we started the Gladiator program.
Yeah. And Gladiator is that I used to beat colleagues in business and sales because they were just very wishy-washy, very soft. And I thought, God, if you can go into a meeting like your life depended on it, you won't walk out without the deal.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I never walk out without the deal. Now my stomach is full, really full. You can tell it's really full. Literally. No. I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry for a deal. I will not walk away from a deal. I still lose sleep if I lose a deal. You know, and if I can teach people to live life like it was the last day, live life like that next appointment, everything the family rely on depends on it, then people will win in life more than they do now.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. We see how, I mean, as you're saying, all of these mistakes that are not mistakes, are just part of the process, right? It kind of shaped you for you today to be able to help thousands of people, right?
Sure. It's exhausting thinking about what I've been through I'm thinking, actually, I shouldn't be alive, really. So it's a bonus. Yeah. Life's a bonus, you know, and I wake up in the morning and I think, thank God, today's a bonus. I didn't expect to be alive today.
Yeah.
Really.
Always,
Go to bed and I go, if this is my last night, and, you know, let it be it. But I served a lot of people today.
Yeah.
And that's what motivates me.
Yeah.
Does it all go appreciated? I'm not sure. I'm learning along the way who to help, you know, and well, I can go down that route if you wish, who to help, yes. But I realize you should help people who truly need help.
Yeah.
Too many people now, because of my social status, approach me for jobs, for financial support, and I've been helping. And 99.9% of the time is proven opposite. Yeah, I help the wrong people.
Just want to take without actually
giving anything. Like nobody ever says to me, can I spend some time to learn from you? Yeah. You know, and learning some knowledge is priceless. Yeah. But a lot of people want a salary. Yeah. You know, and there's this I deserve, the world owes me, entitlement thing going on. And the world doesn't owe us nothing.
You see, I think like there are many different routes and topics that we're going to be discussing, right? Entitlement, this victim mindset, and all these failures. But one thing that I wanted to just ask you, so you're saying that because of the dyslexia, you didn't go for the education path, kind of, but you went for the sales. So I just wanted to understand from you, how do you think that this change in not going for the traditional educational path, it affected you to become this person that you are today? I think with the sales skills and everything.
Sure. My mindset about education hasn't changed since I was 15. I used to sit in the class, again, because of dyslexic mindset, bored, and I was like, what's this person teaching me? Is it going to serve me in life? And the answer was no, 99. I was learning Latin. Where's that going to serve me? You know, biology, history, I have an interest, but like, I wasn't going to become a doctor. I wasn't going to become a lawyer. But then I want to have unlimited potential earnings. So when you're in a job, I call it just over broke. So your money runs out just a few days before the end of the month, you know, and you're living from month to month. And if you want to have a spectacular life there, actually society trains you to borrow, to push yourself, to extend yourself financially. And it brings out pressures that you don't really need. Yeah. Sales was the only business, only thing that I could do that could earn me more money than a salary. Yeah. Often I took out commission-only jobs. Pay me on performance. I always deliver. I have zero doubt that I'll deliver. And I always exceeded expectations, exceeded earnings, always did well. Yeah. And learned along the way. Yeah. I wasn't always doing good, but I've done better and better as I've learned. Because I think what I was good at was relationship building. Yeah. In a job, you turn up, the task is given, you finish it, you go home. But if you actually can build really good relationships, you exceed expectations, deliver more than you promise, then those relationships can really strengthen. You can earn unlimited amounts of money. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, you have to have a love for money as well. Most people don't have a love for money.
Why?
They think if you have a love for money, you actually have no principles. Yeah. If you have a love for money, you actually have no values. You could love money and have amazing values.
Yeah.
Because money is energy.
Yeah.
And people say to me, I love your energy. Even if I'm exhausted, people say, I like your energy. I'm thinking, well, that's why I'm earning a lot of money, because my energy is positive. I attract abundance. And abundance is for everyone. What I realize again is that if we had $1,000 on the table and I took it, the other person may think, that's my 1,000 is taken. But they don't realize under the table there's millions of dollars. There's so much money for everyone. We've got to be happy for somebody who's succeeding. We've got to learn from them. Jealousy and this entitlement is for everyone. Yeah. It's like love. Love can be for everyone. Money can be for everyone.
Yeah.
And there's also poverty, right? For everyone. If you don't make an effort, if you don't work, if you're a dreamer, not an action taker.
Yeah. The poverty is a mindset, right? Like being poor is a
scarcity mindset. Yes.
One thing that I see that you always talk about is about abundance, right? About we can have and should have whatever we want.
Yes.
But of course, in the sense that will help everyone else.
Yes.
Right? What do you think that is something that people kind of misunderstand about this? Because sometimes, like, we maybe think that when you talk about abundance, as you're saying, money, it's something very negative. It's something that society look at us and society taught us that it's bad. You should not go to this side, right? Mm-hmm. But then if you don't go to this side, you become just complaining, just delegating the responsibility to someone, not you, never you, right? Mm-hmm. Why do you think people have this mindset?
It's our conditioning from background. Most people come from poor backgrounds, right? Yeah. Most people are generalizing, but most people's parents and grandparents worked in 2-3 jobs a lifetime. And they were proud of it, I worked 5 years for this shoe manufacturer. Yes, and they made you redundant, right? And you got nothing. So we've been conditioned, okay? I was listening to some news, and in England, they're looking at 4-day weeks. I was like, oh my God, they're going to be lazy. I'm thinking, well, actually, who actually decided it's going to be 5 days a week? Why can't we work 2 days a week and have it all? It's just a mindset and conditioning of the past, right? It's very difficult to let go of. If you're born and people says you want to buy, as a child, you want to buy something, so who do you think we are? Rockefellers? Look at those rich people. Who they screwed to get to where they are. So automatically we have a negative association with money, right? But the fact is that we live in Dubai. You see so many supercars. You see properties, multi-million-dollar properties sold. There's a waiting list for them. So the world isn't short of money, right? It's just that our mindset has been limited due to past conditioning. So when now I say to you, if advice is given, I believe in God, right? Whatever that God is, I don't know. But I believe the difference between you and me and an animal is that we're given a power of thought, a decision-making process. Yeah. So that's what makes us humans. So if somebody gives you advice, and before you take any action or an internal dialogue, you speak to yourself, right? Because we're always speaking to ourselves. And thinking is a process of asking and answering questions. So you ask yourself a question, you answer, then you respond in a split second. So if an advice is coming, the question you should be asking, is this the right person to give me advice on being rich? Is this the right person to give me advice on health, fitness, what I eat, spirituality? If the answer is no, just say thank you, goodbye, move on.
Excellent.
So unfortunately, for too long as children, we don't have a choice. We're in that household. We haven't got a choice to walk away. We just have to listen and like a sponge, soak up negativity from others around us.
And sometimes you cannot even, especially when you are in a young age, right? You cannot sometimes control that.
Correct.
Right?
Well, you can't.
Yeah.
So what happens is, I say as an adult, would you want the child within you to control the adult you are today? I've had issues, major rejection issues. And, why did my dad leave me when I was 3, when he passed away? Why was my mom rejecting me and mentally abusing me for all my life? And you can live those, but then you think, hang on, I'm adult now. Okay, my direction is not going to be dictated by my past circumstances.
Yeah. You're not going to take anything positive from there.
Yeah, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
How long has mankind been on the planet? 100,000 years max, right? Yeah. And after us, for eternity, humankind's going to be around, right? Maybe another 100,000 years, I don't know. But we're only here for a maximum of 80, 90 years.
Yeah.
am I going to make that little blink of an eye a
Destroy
miserable
everything.
experience, or is it going to be a wow? And if that piano lands on my head, you know, and I look at the piano and then my life flashes in front of me before I get squashed, I'll be like, wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, one thing. You are describing a lot of challenges that you had along the way.
By the way,
right?
it's delicious coffee. Thank you so much.
You're describing a lot of challenges that you had along the way, right?
Yes.
And when I was like even studying and researching a little bit more about you, you were saying that during the moment that you were in the UK, life was one, right? And then you had to detach from everything
Sure.
to move to Dubai, right? I wanted to ask you, we're talking about the challenges. So this process that you had to leave everything behind and come to Dubai, how was this process? Because this year is the 15th year you're here, right?
Sure, 15th, yeah. It was forced upon me. I was quite wealthy, quite well known. I was on a TV program. I had franchisees all over the UK. And I didn't know one of the franchises was Rogue. He'd borrowed the money to buy a franchise from me. And they came after him, and he said, oh, Dariush has got your money. So they came to my house. One night, knock on the door, open the door, men breaking, knife to my neck. I was a single dad at the time. I had just met my second wife. She was in Spain. And my 2 children were in the house, and they put a knife to my neck. And all I could remember was, I hope my daughter doesn't see this, because her room was next door. I wasn't worried about what was happening. It was just surreal. But then that night, I put my children on a plane. My ex-wife lived in Dubai, put them with her, because I didn't know if they got arrested. But I didn't know if they knew friends and family who could come to the house. Never went back to the house. Went to Spain, took some time off, came back to England, had my first heart attack. And I was like, what is this all about? The weather's wet, people are grey, literally, or people are wet and the weather's grey. Either way, it's miserable. There's nothing to do in life. There's no nature. I'm surrounded by people with not the same values. And it kind of like forced upon me to reevaluate my life.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be in a business that I enjoy being in. I'm going to work with people that I enjoy working with, people with the same values. I'm not going to give credit to anyone, because I'm not going to spend all my life chasing for money. And I'm going to be somewhere where the sun shines. And I want to be with my kids. So Dubai fitted all that. And,
I love that.
And then there was areas where I could have kept and sold the business, sold the property. I just thought, you know what? I'll always be here. So I just burned my boats.
So you're saying that basically you had to burn everything there.
Everything.
But
I had
why?
3 houses in Spain, because I had to hang around until I sell the house. You know, and time is your most expensive commodity. So I thought, screw the money, I'll move on. And I came here with $700 in my pocket.
And how was this beginning of life again?
It was
here?
horrible. Nobody knew me. It was miserable. It was horrible. You're living in a land of wealthy when you got nothing. I couldn't afford. There were times I'm sitting with friends and I said to them, and I always buy first drinks, always have done, always will do. And I used to, hang on, you know, this drink, the coffee you bought right now, I can't afford to pay it. You know, and there were times that were tough, and a client paying me 3,000-4,000 dirhams last me a month. It was soul destroying, but it was gladiator making.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was looking back now, I sometimes miss it, because I'm like too comfortable now, and comfort is a horrible thing. Comfort is your biggest enemy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably a little bit too comfortable now.
Yeah, that's what I always talk with my friends. Like, usually, being in a okay situation is the worst thing that can happen.
I'm more than okay.
Yeah,
I'm more than okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the best life imaginable.
yeah,
But okay is shit.
yeah,
Shit is worse than shit. You know,
Yeah.
like, you need to be outstanding.
Yeah.
Right? You need to be outstanding in your work, health, mindset, and your results are outstanding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So we are talking like how your life was, let's say, this first version of Dariush, let's say, right before moving to Dubai, and then you moved here. You started this new path with your new. So, how was like when you moved here? First moved.
Sure.
Like, what was the first business?
Sure. Well, I was a sales and marketing consultant. I sold my time, so I'll go to networking events, and because that's all I could do. I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
And I had 30 seconds to make an impact. So I created different 30-second pitches. One of them was, hi, everyone, I'm an aspirin salesman. And they go, what, you sell aspirin? So I guess you're wondering what I mean by an aspirin salesman. They go, yes. I said, well, I actually fix your business headache. And if I can take your business card, I'll call you all tomorrow. I'll come and see you, see if I can fix your headache in your business. And they go, oh, they remembered me. So I'll call and say, hi, the guy who sells aspirin. Oh, Dariush, come and see me. So I was creative. I had another pitch where I had 3 apples. And I walked around with apples and said, I guess you're all wondering what these apples are. And they'll go, yes. I said, well, we're going to play a game. Are you interested in the game? Yes. These apples are your business. Green apple, green apple. Out in the marketplace, you're all beautiful green apples. You all look exactly the same, taste the same, smell the same. But if you hire me, I'll pull out the passion fruit. I'll make you passionately unique in the marketplace. If you want me to know how, I need to come and see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how I did. I just made... Then on phone, I would say, oh, I'm the fruit salesman. I'm the apple guy. And I go, come and see me. So to be recognized, you have to be different.
Yeah.
So that worked. But then I went through then I had short-term goals, like live in a nice apartment, live in a nice neighborhood, have a nice car, pay my school fees for my children. I achieved all those goals. Then I realized I'm actually not going to get rich selling my time. So I fired those clients who couldn't pay me more. And I suddenly found new clients who could pay me double. I did the same six months later, double again. But then what happened was 2 years later, I was charging 4 times more than what I was when I entered the country, doing exactly what I was doing right at the beginning. What do you think changed?
Leverage.
My mindset. Because when I first came in, I thought to myself, nobody knows me, nobody will pay.
Yeah.
So I found cheap clients. 2 years later, I had more confidence. Yes, so I just charged more.
Your mindset was attracting those kind of clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And talking bigger numbers.
Yeah.
And then I had the most amazing, spectacular miracle happen to me with boxer Muhammad Ali. Are you familiar with Muhammad Ali?
You met him, right?
I kind of met his team.
Okay.
Alex,
okay.
you read about that?
Yeah, I read.
So for 3 years, 3 years, I was doing visa runs.
Okay.
All the way, because I couldn't afford a visa. I couldn't afford anything, bank accounts, anything. So I kept thinking, what business can I have when I'm not selling my time? Because you never get rich selling your time. Yeah. And sometimes keep asking the questions, right? Because the answers not often come to you straight away. Be patient. And too many people try to rush things. So 3 years later, I'm going around telling people, hey, listen, Muhammad Ali is my hero. He's got this center that helps charity foundation, who helps children find their greatness within, because he was a greatest boxer.
Yeah.
And you can help children find greatness within. And UAE has got this issue about obesity and diabetes. And maybe I can bring the Ali Center here and we can open it and help local kids. And I went about meeting people, high-ranking royal family. And everybody said no. And the final person I met, he was a junior sheikh of Sharjah. And he said to me, nobody's going to be interested in your charity. Yes. Nobody's interested in an old boxer. So I went home. A friend of mine said, open up a Facebook page. So I opened up a Facebook page, wrote a heartfelt letter saying, also, again, some nuggets, always write from the heart. Because when you write from the heart, it goes to the heart of the reader. If you write from the head, it goes to the head. So I wrote a heartfelt letter, and I said to my followers or friends, if 50 of you support me in the morning, I'll chase my dream to bring Muhammad Ali Center here.
Yeah.
Went to bed, got up, had 1,000 followers. Within 2 weeks, I had 40,000 followers. The phone rings saying, can you be available tonight at 11, 9, 10, whatever it was, evening. Phone rings, pick up. It's Mrs. Muhammad Ali on the phone. Muhammad's heard about your campaign. He wants to support you and meet you. So I went round, borrowed money of people, caught loads of flights, went to Louisville, Kentucky, went to see Muhammad Ali. I turned up 3 hours early before the meeting, and I thought, shit, I've got like 60,000 followers on this page, and I haven't posted since that letter. So I took a picture of the sandwich board pointing to the Ali Center, and I put a note like, thanks to you, my followers, I'm here, or something like this. And 8,000 people replied instantly. And I sat there thinking, this social media shit really
crazy.
Works, right? So I wrote a business plan on the back of a handkerchief. I was going to open up a social media company. But that time I had like 30, 40 clients. And I thought, you know what? They're all paying me this amount of money. What if I charge them less than a cleaner, right? And I'll handle the social media, a Facebook page. So I wrote a business plan based on 2,000 dirhams a month. I mean, the first year I had 200 clients. And then it picked up. I never got to meet Muhammad Ali. I never.
What happened there?
He never showed up.
Oh,
He was given $50,000 and went for dinner in New York somewhere.
I mean, but see, even though, like, let's say the thing you're looking for didn't work, but it changed your entire life.
Everything.
Yeah,
because you always have to look for opportunities
Yeah.
in any matter. So I could have sat there depressed. I go back. I owe my friends money, and it was the universe, the miracle that happened. The universe gave me what I was looking for.
yeah.
I kept asking, what kind of business can I have? And then people came to me and said, oh, I love your social media. Can you do websites? And I don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing about
So I just went, yeah, 7,000 dirhams. Took the money, Googled how the hell I could find someone to build website. We tried outsourcing this. I hired my first employee, who now is a super rich guy. Couldn't speak a word of English. Guy called Molham. He's like my son, and he's almost a millionaire. And I'm proud of him. I met him this weekend, and I'm so proud of him. And he started with me 14 years ago.
Wow.
Didn't speak a word of English, and hopefully really, really trusting me and what I taught. He's become very successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then people said, well, I like your website, really good, but nobody can find it. I was like, no. Oh, you need,
Now you can.
yeah, you need SEO.
Yeah.
You're CEO. No, SEO. I'm dyslexic, right? We need a CEO. No, SEO. So, open up the SEO company. That did really well. But people can say, well, it's taking too long. I can see us going up the rankings. It's taking too long. And the good thing was, I was looking at it from a non-expert point of view. So whenever I did something, I was looking at it from an angle. If I was a geek, I'd probably do it like everybody else.
Yeah.
So everything I did was, how can I improve it? How can I better it? And then before you know, we actually still own one of the biggest Google advertising agency in the Middle East, MENA region. Top 3% Google partners.
Wow.
Social media, at one stage we had 300 clients. We don't do that anymore now. Recruitment company, because I realized people need to recruit better people.
Yeah.
Training company, we still have that. I said web development, app development. So suddenly I had 9 different companies, all coming from
That
the Muhammad Ali
event.
social media.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see how one event can change everything. And some people would say it's luck, maybe. But actually, if you didn't...
Luck stands for labor under calculated knowledge. So you learn, you work your ass off, you learn from your mistakes, and you don't repeat it. So you create your own luck.
You create your luck.
Keep knocking on those every single day.
Yeah. One thing that I want... So, I mean, we see how you started your journey here in Dubai, right? And from point A to point B, that was leading to many, many, many different kind of activities. And today, the Gladiator program, if I'm not wrong, is specialized mainly on sales, right? Is that...
Do you know... The moment I say sales, it puts a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because they think sales, second-hand car salesman, selling something somebody doesn't want. Never the case. Sales is all about relationship building. So if you're going for a job, you're selling yourself. If you want a promotion, you're selling yourself. If you want better grades, you're selling yourself. If you are telling the kids, let's go for dinner, you're selling that. You're selling the holiday to your family. You're constantly selling. It's just that people have, again, like money, have a negative association with the word sales. So I love the word sales. I'm going to give you a challenge. Have you ever seen somebody in a business card that says sales on it?
Yeah, never. Always
Never.
Business manager, business development.
Like they're embarrassed of what they're doing. Can you imagine going into battle, being embarrassed of your profession?
Of course not going to work.
Because they're going to avoid talking about the deal. My people have sales on their cards. Actually, now we don't even have cards, and I'll tell you why. Because, should I tell you why we don't have business cards?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Because if I give you a business card, think about it. If I give you a business card, 99% of the time, it gets thrown away, stacked up on your desk, and eventually thrown away, right?
Never check.
So if I say to you, you say to me, Dariush, do you have a business card? Ask me. Dariush,
Do you have one?
I don't have a business card because what I do is I want to drive this relationship. Give me your details, and I'll call you, and I'll drive this, and I'll make sure this happens.
You're going to be the action taker.
Yes. Not business card and hope you're going to ring me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make things happen in my life. Yes, I'm going to take that decision. And to answer your question, I think life is like golf. So at the point of contact with the golf ball, 1 millimeter, one fraction of a millimeter in time and distance could be 100 meters. So in life, you got to constantly adjust your millimeters to make sure your ball lands in that hole. Otherwise, you're going to go all over the place, just hit.
Yeah.
Life is not about hitting. It's about correcting, adjusting, thinking it through, and then taking action.
So you were saying basically sales is about relationship, right?
All about relationship.
And as you were saying, like a lot of people have this bad connotation on sales that is just like maybe that very pushy person, that person that's, oh, give me the money, I need to sell you something without actually having a reason or something. Do you think...
I can't sell you anything unless I know what your pain is, right? Yeah. I have to find your pain.
Yeah.
Most salespeople, do you know on average how many questions they ask before they tell you about their product? 2 to 3.
How would you know?
How do you know about somebody's pain if you only ask 2 or 3 questions? Their product sales are like hot potato. Oh, 2 or 3 questions. Here, let me tell you all about my stuff, right? And then, unfortunately, the consumer is used to it. So what they do is when they decide, they think, who did I like most? Who can give me the better deal? So they get into a negotiation. But then if I build on trust and you think, I want to do business with Dariush, you will justify why you pay more to do business with me.
Yeah.
Because I just took the time to show childlike enthusiasm about you.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest challenge that salespeople they have?
Where do I start from? They don't take it seriously. They're focused about money and not delivering value. They're just interested in selling something to people. They don't realize there's a lifetime of a prospect. Yeah. You know, why do shoe companies call their customers, and why is a hairdresser or a nail stylist call their customers clients?
Yeah.
Right? Because they know that clients will come back. Right? If I was in the real estate business, I would really take my time to find out what motivates that potential buyer to buy a property, neighborhood, schools, size, location, everything, before I give them a list of links to because then I'm differentiating myself to everybody else that person's dealing, who else they're dealing with. Yeah. And then they'll remember me. Even if they don't buy at that time, they will buy again. They will recommend me to friends.
To other people. Yeah. I think like summing up, you're saying about creativity. Mm-hmm. That's how you differentiate yourself from the beginning.
Yes.
Being able to actually understand the pains.
Yes.
And sell something to someone, not just because for the sake of selling.
Serve them.
But serve them.
Serve them.
They need to
Selling
want you.
is serving.
Yeah.
But I can only serve you unless I really want.
Yeah.
And also, you need a certain amount of certainty. So what happens is, when we make a decision to buy something, we go through some kind of a buyer's remorse. Okay, so whether it's a pen or a property, you think, did I make a quick snap? Did I make a right decision? So what we need to do is we need to be certain that we are going to deliver, certain that our product is the best. That comes through knowledge. It comes through action. So the moment you meet someone, you reassure them that they made the right decision, so they don't have any moment of doubt. Yeah. Okay, and never walk away from the deal. People cannot close. So the most common thing is, I'll think about it. Sure, let me know. Call me whenever you do. And then call never comes. And any salesman or business person listening to this, they'll be like, oh my God, this happens to me all the time. This is what happens. We have a good meeting. I'll send you the proposal. I'll work hard on that proposal. I'll send you a message. You ignore me. I'll call. You ignore me. I'll send a message. You ignore me. After the fourth, I'm like, I look a bit desperate now. Yeah. I can't keep messaging. Yes. And then after 6 or 7, you just give up. Because somewhere along the way, they didn't respect you. They don't want to hurt your feelings, to tell you the truth. So we go through this game role play of everybody wasting everybody's time. Yeah. So through my Gladiator Mastery Program, I teach people how to overcome that. I'm happy to teach now with your listeners if you want, but I gladly share that with you. If you want.
I mean, to be honest, this is something that I want to learn to improve for myself.
Sure.
Unfortunately, we need to wrap it because of the time. Okay. But if you just want to give a tea of this,
Sure. Listen, we've had a great meeting. I'm going to go back and I'm going to work the whole weekend on your proposal. I don't win every deal I sit. Okay, I don't win I lose some, I win some. But I would like to know why if I lose it. So all I ask of you, whatever your decision is, one thing I ask of you, give me an honest answer. Don't avoid my calls. Would that be okay with you? Would that be okay with you?
Of course. And
Done. Shake hands. Commitment is there. I'll send a proposal. Yes or no, you will, because you made the promise to me.
Yeah.
99% of the time, you will make that call.
Yeah. And even if it's a no, you understand why.
Yeah, and then maybe you can overcome it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dariush, thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm